Hey guys, Thomas here from Thunderbolt Films. You know, in the old days of Bolt's tutorials, looking back, I realized I never did an audio tutorial. Which is ironic because audio is the most important feature when it comes to filmmaking, even more important than the quality of your own camera. Now, even though I don't do tutorials anymore, I will give you a rundown on the audio gear I use and how I use it. The microphone that I use the most often is the Rode Video Mic. It's an on-camera shotgun mic that has a supercardioid pickup pattern, meaning it picks up sound from in front of the mic and rejects sound from behind it. It has a cold shoe mount and a 1/4 inch and a 3/8 inch insert to mount to a mic stand or boom pole. It uses a 9-volt battery for power. When I'm shooting a stand-up like this, I'll mount the mic on a boom stand and plug it directly into the camera and place it just out of frame. Like that. So for something like this, or a run and gun shoot, or weddings, or sports photography, the Rode is my primary microphone. But if I'm shooting a short film or documentary, the Rode is my secondary mic. I leave it mounted on the camera while recording because I normally use a boom mic, which I'll explain in a minute. But if that boom mic cuts out, gets an interference, or isn't even on, and yes, that's happened before, I always have the Rode on, and I know it's saved me dozens of interviews and ADR sessions. It also includes a shock mount, which isn't necessary for what it essentially is, an on-camera shotgun mic, but it's nice to have. I have the old version that came with it, but these days the Rode ships with a red Rycote layer shock mount. Shock mounts on mics are important because the mic is suspended by rubber O-rings that absorb any movement so you don't mess up any audio. Here's a tip. If you have a Canon 60D or T3i and you record audio directly into the camera, you could set the audio level in manual mode, not auto, to your desired recording level. For my short films and documentaries, I use a Neewer unidirectional shotgun microphone. It's a relatively cheap microphone for under $20. It's not a perfect mic, but I have had good use out of it. I have a Rode Dead Cat windscreen on it to block the wind. It ships with a female XLR to 1/4 inch cable. But I have an Audio-Technica XLR cable that I plug into my external audio recorder, the Tascam DR40. It has XLR and 1/4 inch inputs, and dual stereo mics on top, with metal guards to protect them. The stereo mics can be adjusted to record this way for more of a focused subject, and this way for more wide sound. If you need to get close, a lavalier mic like this, also called a lapel mic, is a popular choice for interviews. I have the Neewer 3 pack of lapel mics. These are the cheapest mics ever. Seriously. Now, of course, cheap isn't always the best. In fact, for those who remember the old Indie Mogul days, Russell Hasenauer tested the same mic, and, well, listen.
So, how does it sound? Does it sound like a microphone that should be sold for technically $1.25 each?
Ugh. I found out what the problem was, is that he had the mic plugged directly into the camera, which is the T3i, which is the same camera I have. And I know this because I've tested it. But I have it plugged into a small audio recorder, and it sounds fine. The only downside is that I don't like how my voice sounds on it. It sounds very muddy and cloudy. Now, granted, it may just be my voice, and I don't like using it in my bedroom because it's very muffled and everything. Granted, it's a very small room with furniture on all 4 corners, so maybe it's just that. And I've used it in other interview cases before, in a much wider area like this, and it sounds fine. So I don't normally use this mic here for like this kind of stuff, but for client shoots that I can't drag a boom stand with me and I'm a one-man crew, it's nice to have. If you record audio separate from video, you'll need to sync it in post. I use a program called Pluralize. It's a program from Red Giant Software that automatically syncs audio. It does cost some money to get it, but I got it for free with my Tascam DR40. Now, if you have tons of clips, then Pluralize would probably be the better solution. So that's basically my setup for my audio. If you want to share your audio setup, please leave it down in the comments below. Alright. Now before I go, I want to let you guys know on the status of Star Wars Dark Force. Now before I go, I want to let you guys know about the status of Star Wars Dark Force. Currently, we've shot just about everything we need in the green screen room. We have a couple more shots left to do, but other than that, we're pretty much done. We still have the main bulk of the film to shoot, which is 2 fights. Yes, it's 2 now. And we're working on our schedules in order to be able to shoot that. I'll update you guys about the status and progress of this film on the Facebook page, Thunderbolt Films, which you should like right here. Also, make sure to follow me on Twitter at ThomasBolt1, my Instagram, TheTomBolt, and subscribe to the Thunderbolt Vlogs YouTube channel. So, that's basically it. I'll see you next week.